So getting back to the DMG, another thing I thought was interesting that they added to it was they have expectations for a virtual table on there. It still feels a little tacked on, but I thought it was interesting that it was there at all, and that it wasn't specifically talking about like their VTT system or a VTT system in general. It was just talking about like online play.
Yeah, they took a very general and vague approach when it came to the VTTs and other kind of like deviations of play, which is fine. I think it's fine to acknowledge it, but I'm glad that they didn't use it for advertising because it certainly could have been.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of, patreon.com/Goblins Growlers. But no, I thought it was interesting how they addressed like some of the common like online play bugaboos, like roll on the table versus roll on the dice roller. Are you moving your tokens? Are you not moving your tokens? Like, keep the voice channel like for game specific stuff. Like if you have side jokes or anything like that, put it in the text channel, which I disagree with. I think that distracts, and I think you shouldn't do that because people aren't going to be paying attention. It's no different than people texting on their phones at the table, which none of us like.
If you sit at Brando's table, he has this analog rule that he forces you to sign before playing, which says that you aren't to use any technology for the duration of the game.
Yeah, I actually have one of those incredibly illegal cell phone reception blockers that people take to movie theaters sometimes.
He's got it set up so that if you do need to do something with your hands at his table, there is a butter churn immediately available for you. Mm-hmm. So you got that at least.
Yeah, plenty of unpasteurized milk too for your refreshment.
But we digress.
I'll tell a very quick unpasteurized milk story.
No, you should save that for bonus content, Brandon. If there is anything you should say for bonus content, it's your unpasteurized milk story.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll leave that. We'll leave that comment in the past.
I do feel like that section was a little bit tacked on, but I did appreciate that it's got guidance at all for the virtual table, because 10 years ago, no one even dreamed of the concept of a bunch of people are going to be playing this via video conference.
I don't know what time machine you got out of, but I was playing like in video conference D&D in like 2010.
So yes, but my point being, like at WotC headquarters, nobody was like, "Oh yeah, D&D, that's an online game."
Yeah,
actually, Josh, some of us have been in role-playing games for our entire lives on the internet. Just so you know,
Josh is over here like, who's going to play in a multi-user dungeon where you have to type all your instructions to the game and interact with people? That's so far in the future.
Not me in 2002, that's for certain. No, I got my start in forum role playing, so that's my old school. But I don't look. The point I was trying to make is that I don't think Wizards of the Coast was like, oh yeah, like Skype. People are going to be all over playing D&D on Skype.
No, I think they were very much trying to hammer home that D&D is an in-person social thing. Like they were happy that people were playing it in any way, shape, or form, but the only real way to play was at a table. And then COVID happened, and they're like, keep playing, do whatever you have to do.
Well, I think it is helped by them about to release their own virtual tabletop as well.
Yeah, Now that. Now that we're seeing everybody having to go back to the office and everything, WotC's going to start like advocating RTT, return to table, for everybody, like buying and shutting down all the VTTs to force everybody to go around, like to commute to go to their games.
If you want these tools, you're going to commit them to pen and paper.
Yeah. WotC periodically drops an EMP on major cities to prevent people from being able to use computers to play.
I'm not 100%. I'm fairly certain that's highly illegal. Fairly certain.
You know, everyone, thank you for tuning in. You came to hear us talk about this book, but we are instead diverting into conspiracy theories.
Yeah. Wizards of the Conspiracy. That is a great idea for an easily litigatable name of a podcast for somebody to make against Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, good Lord.
I'm not your lawyer.
Yeah. Now that is something that I do not claim Goblins and Growlers 2024 copyright trademark to. That is Creative Commons for anybody who wants it.
Public domain.